Of course, speed fast, I'm right in the Porsche. I'm open, suicide door. Heart broke, right on the floor. I swear what's mine is yours.
Welcome to Empower Hour. Today we have a special guest that goes by the name of MARJA'KIM.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming today with me.
thank you for having me.
I'm blessed to have you, honey.
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So tell me a little bit about your name, and it's very creative. So I want to know the significance and what is the meaning behind the name.
So my name, if y'all don't know, like she just said, is MARJA'KIM. It comes from my first name, which is Amar, and then Jakim is my middle name. It's actually half my dad's name, which is James, and half my mom's name, which is Kimberly. So they just took them and put them together. And it's kind of ironic too because I'm the middle child too. It like kind of worked out perfectly anyway, with me having half and half because I'm the middle child anyway. So they like to say I'm a conjoint between the two. So that's how they came about. But altogether, it means immortal forever, supplanter chief. So that's where I call myself like Chief Huss and all that. Like that's where that comes from. I got Chief tatted. So yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So how many siblings are you?
We got 5 of us. I had 2 older brothers and 2 younger sisters.
Oh, wow. From the same mom and dad, right?
Nah, so that's just kind of the dynamic is like kind of crazy. It's like my oldest brother is from my dad, and my youngest sister is from my mom.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your music, right? So it reflects on themes of love and heartbreak.
Yeah.
I want to know a little bit about that and resilience. How do your personal experience shape up the stories behind all these songs?
I don't know, like I just been someone who just like I've always been like a lover boy. Like I was raised by like I was with my mom and shit like that all the time. So you feel me? Like that's just what I grew up like around, like being around women and all that kind of stuff like that. You know, they always like caregivers and you know, real like lovey-dovey type. You know what I'm saying? That's how my mom is. She always like nurtured me, and whenever I scraped my knee, she was right there. You know what I'm saying? So or like going through like stuff, you know, getting older, going through like relationships and stuff like that. You know, I just always just when I had my feelings about that, I just instead of going out and like crashing out or whatever, I just go talk about it in my music, and I feel like everybody can relate to it. You know, with a lot of stuff that's going on right now with people in relationships and stuff like that, it's real relatable. Um, and that's just me. I ain't never like did no drill and nothing like that either. Like I ain't never been the kid that was in the streets. So being as though that was never me, I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm only gonna talk about what's, you know, going on in my life, which is I get money, I get fly, and I feel me girls. Like that's what I be on. So I don't know what everybody else be on, but that's what I be on. So I just talk about what's true to me.
So you talk about real life experiences, in other words, and you put it together. It could be something that happened today and something that happened month, and then you do a
Yeah.
great song.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. I go in there. If it happened, whether it could have happened to me like 4 years ago, but you know, if I go in there and the beat, that's what it's calling for. Like set that type of mood. That's what the mindset I go into, tap into. That's what I'm gonna do when I'm in that booth. That's what I talk about. So yeah.
Very nice. So I want to know a little bit. So New York and New Jersey has a very rich music culture. How has it been growing up and influenced your sound and the way you approach music?
Uh, I would say like it's definitely catered to like I got a Jersey club song that I dropped before I just dropped this recent song that I dropped. And you know my father's from New York, he's from Queens, and you know we from Jersey. So, you know, it definitely molded my sound a lot. We're hearing like a lot of the Jersey club beats and stuff like that growing up and all that kind of stuff like that. Like that definitely caters towards my sound, and like the cadence that I have is very, you know, like Jersey, I guess you could say. Like I guess you could hear it in my tone of voice and like how I speak on like how when I rap. But I try to do it in a little bit of a different way, you know, while still maintaining that type of swag. I got a little different thing, like what I bring to it. Like I like to call it hush talk. Like I bring my own little flavor to it, you know.
So like
So
a sexy drill, we could call it, right?
I mean, I wouldn't really say sexy drill because that's like shout out to Cash and Bay and all of them. Like that's their thing. But like even like with the new song that I did, I wanted to pay homage to, you know, my land where I'm from, where my pops is from, tap into it. But I wanted to do it in a way where it was kind of like MJK way, like my way. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to hop on it and sound like bass swag or sound like Cash Cobain. I wanted to hop on it and sound like me. So I feel like I'm adding value to it. You know, everybody, I guess, kind of like sounding like Cash and them and doing like they ad libs and stuff like that. Like it's cool, but you ain't never really going to be able to really grow in that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
have your own style. So you want to
Yeah.
be looked at for you.
Yeah, I want to be me. Like when people hear it, I want them to go, "Oh, that's MARJA'KIM," and just know it. Like
And
they
it's
not,
different.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't wanted to go in there and be, "Oh, he just sound like the rest of them," you know?
Yeah.
Because you know my pops is from over there, so I could very well just go just bite the whole swag
Yeah.
now. But nah, I've always been a person that's just been like different. Like I like being different. Like I like doing what I got going on. Like I like for people to know, like, oh, if that wave started, that's because I was the creator. Like, you know what I'm saying? When everybody go to the right, I want to go left. Like that's just always been me. And word.
I see that you mention your parents a lot. You're very family oriented, right? That's so important. It's a blessing because you always speak on them. Even before we started, you always speak a lot about your mom and your dad.
Right.
And that means they take a big role in your life
Yeah.
and your career and everything that you do, and they're very supportive. And that's a blessing because not a lot of people have that, you know? And I like that you mention them and everything that you say.
Yeah.
It's so nice because most kids nowadays, especially your age, they're not really grateful because the new generation, they feel like you have to do that for them as a parent. And in
Nah.
reality, you're very grateful and you give them their flowers and you're
Yeah.
always mentioning them.
I ain't gonna lie, cause like I'm gonna be honest, like I was a little bit of a bad kid in school when I was growing
No,
up.
we are. We go
So
through that teenage
you know what I'm
stage.
saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, so like I just know like I've been through a lot with my parents, and I just know like how much my parents poured into me. Like I know it's way more than what they had to do. Like they didn't have to do that. Like I always had food to eat. I always had a bed. I always had clothes on my back.
Really nice clothes, by the way. I love your drip.
Thank you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. But you know, I learned it from my pops. Shout out pops, you feel me? Biggest dripper. But
You get that flow from him?
my flow from my dad,
Yeah.
not my flow. My dad wasn't on the more like on the management side, but I feel like music has always been in my family because my uncle is naughty by nature and all of them care. KG is my dad's blood
Oh,
little
wow.
brother, like same mom, same dad. So naughty by nature and all of them, that's my blood uncles. Like Jaheim, my dad managed Jaheim, Coffee Brown, next, like, you know what I'm saying? Like naughty by nature. He was the manager of Naughty by Nature. Like, so that's another reason why I got into music too. It's because I feel like through all of that, like you don't even know my father's name, do you? No.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But like my dad never really got his flowers that he really deserves. So
And that usually happens when you're in the music industry, the people in the back end, your team players. No people, a lot of people don't recognize the work that they put in. And you just said something. It takes a team to build you.
exactly.
And at least you understand that and you feel blessed for it. And you also talk about it and you also express how important these people are to you because without them, there is no you. So it could be just being a
Facts.
parent and being supportive, but also that he's involved in your music career and that he's helping you elevate to the next level with his connections and, you know, his network
Sure.
and his relationships. And you're blessed because that means you get that little head start that you don't have to start from the bottom and kind of figure it out. He did it for you. You just have to follow those steps and listen to these people that already know and have the experience in this music game.
Sure. So that's why I always say, shout out to my pops. Like, you know, he the starter, he the founder of this shit for real. Like he embedded everything that's in me. My mom too, like just being with her. My dad used to be gone with my brother playing AAU basketball a lot with that. So when he was gone, I was always with her. She always embedded in me to be like myself, always like do what I'm supposed to, you know, and all that type of stuff. That's why I always like, I just know like they did a lot of extra shit for me that just like I know a lot of people wish they really, really had. Like I seen a lot of people who didn't have the type of, you know, parents that I had, and that shit used to be like kind of sad to me because my parents end up being that type of figure to them as well. Like they'll take that on for them as well because they see that they need that in their life. So just seeing my parents and just how they move was just always love. So I can never thank them enough. You know,
You're
that's for
blessed. And I have children and they have me and I've taught them to be entrepreneurs as well. And sometimes I might be a little bit hard on them and they might take it a different way. But in
I be saying
reality, in
that.
the long run,
I used to
they
say that with
will
my dad.
appreciate it more once they realize I made it to this place because my mom put it in me. You know, my mom pushed me to greatness, and she was there for me, and she backed me up. So, you know, and I'm a single mom. In your case, you have both parents, so it's even much better because you have support on both ends, which is a total blessing. So, what's the creative process that you do when you have any like specific routines you do when that actually guide you to create or writing a song when you're recording?
To be honest, I don't really like. I just go with the flow of like how I'm feeling. Like I don't
So
write.
you basically get in the studio and do it. You don't write.
I don't write.
Okay, that's
Like I
cool.
used to write a lot. I used to not go in the studio unless I had something written. Or like my dad's like real old school when it comes to that. Like you gotta have something written. Like so like I got to the point like I started like telling my dad like he like, oh, you wrote to the beat like before we go to the studio. I be like, yeah, I wrote something. I go in there and I just start like punching in, like you feel me? So
Yeah.
that's my creative process. Whenever I go in the studio, I'm just in there, I'm bobbing. I hear the beat. I'm like, okay, I like whatever mindset to put me in, I just go in there and I just speak what's on my mind at the moment. I be getting like nowadays with like writing, I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's like it is kind of hard at the same time. It'd be like kind of hard to just sit there and write, because then you could write something, and then when you go in the studio and rap it, it don't sound like that.
It might not go with the beat.
Yeah, not even that it don't go with the beat, because you could have wrote to the beat. Like just when you go in there, like your voice is not hitting in that same flow, like no more like the same way it was when you first was writing. Like I know all people who artists, y'all going to agree, like you feel me? They understand like that shit. Like you just like nah, it just don't hit the same. So I write, I like in the moment, like how it make me feel in the moment, because that's how the songs feel. Like when people hear it, it make them want to savor that moment. That's why they want to go back and listening to that song, because they like the aura, everything, just how you was thinking. You know what I'm saying, on that song, like the type of vibe it made them give, and that's why I make my songs vibes. I make vibes like for people. That's what I be saying. Like I make vibes.
That's
So
cool, and I could relate to that because I own a record label and I have artists as well, and they like going in and actually creating in the booth.
yeah,
And it works a lot better because I feel like the writing, like you're preparing yourself, and I think like this is much better and you're more creative and you give the best of you because it's like how you feel in that moment.
yeah,
You're thinking about this, like you said, 4 years ago, and then I'm thinking about last week, and I put
yeah.
it together. Instead of me writing something, it's like too scripted.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like vibes, like that constant vibe that you had in that very moment when you made that song is nothing that's gonna really beat that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
Yeah.
make a song like so like with what replay value they would call it. Like people just want to keep being in that vibe of that moment that you was in, that trance that you was in when you walked into the booth that one time. And it's like you may never even tap back into that, but you did on that one moment, and now people got to savor that moment on the song for you forever. They could just
Yeah.
go back and listen to you in that moment. So that's how I like. That's my creative process. I like just going in, doing me. When I first walk in, like however I feel, and it's like, all right, that was like a little masterpiece. Now I'm finna just like, I may go back and like tap in and edit it a little bit, like change a line or like go back and like tighten it up. But I'm gonna leave that vibe that I had in that initial moment right there. I'm gonna leave it just like that. So, word.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, as an artist with messages about love, personal victories, and resilience, what do you hope listeners take away from your music?
Just like what I'm talking about, like you could see, like yeah, like I'm a regular person too. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly what you going through, I'm going through it too. You may look at like us, feel like who got like a little bit more clout than others, like we on some type of pedestal. You feel me? But it ain't all peaches and cream with us either. Like we go
Yeah, I'm
through
not
shit too. You know
special,
what I'm
right? I go
saying?
through
I'm a
stuff
human
too.
too. So I just want people to take that away from my music. That like keep going. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we go through shit too. Like even though we up, like we not up. Like we just regular humans. Like we go through everyday life like you, and we had to grind to get where we at. So that's why I want people to take away from me. Like I'm just like you, bro. I did it. You could do it too. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody could do this as long as you put your mind to it.
And you
You
stay
go.
consistent.
Exactly. Consistency is definitely key. Keep going with this shit. You can evolve and turn into something. Like you know what I'm saying? So word, that's what I want them to take away from me. I grew up with a lot of people trying to tell me like, oh, if you're gonna do the music, you can't play football, or if you're gonna play football, you can't do music. Like, but I just chose to do it all. Like, can't nobody tell me I can't, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it till I can't no more. Like, or if the football is telling me like you can't, then that's when I'll finally be like, okay. But until that happens, I'm not stopping them to do whatever
So
I
you
want.
do believe you can do multiple things. It just
For
doesn't
sure.
have to be one thing, right?
Okay, Flau'jae.
Mm-hmm.
Like Flau'jae doing it right now. She playing basketball for LSU. She just performed at the Grammys. Like, you feel me? Like, she going off. So that'll prove it to you right there. Shout out to Flau'jae. I've said this in a couple different interviews, but you know, shout out to her. She doing it right now in front of y'all eyes. Like, she got a song with Lil Wayne. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. But
Yeah.
she balling in college. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, whatever, right now, I'm just, wherever God placed me, wherever he feel as though he want to do with me, that's what I'm on. So if I'm still playing football and rapping, that's what I'm doing. If he just say, I want you to do fashion and rap, that's what I'm going to do. So I just got everything in God's hands
I think
right
you
now.
could do it all. You're a very handsome kid. So how is that
Thank
with
you.
the ladies? Because I know you must be a magnet for the girls because you're very handsome. So you
Nah.
played football, so you're
Yeah.
in college, I am assuming, and then you have all these girls. And then you're an artist now, so now you have all these fans. Girls, 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 girls. But you know there's like a limit to it, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I know you grew up with parents and a beautiful mom that taught you how to respect women.
Yeah.
And in this industry, if you don't like check yourself and respect your body first, it could be a downfall because the
Yeah.
women also can be a problem. And you know how to know there's boundaries and understand like, yeah, I am a handsome kid, but I'm here to work. And I'm here to do what I have to do. Eventually, yes, there is that special someone that I could be with or have a family with, but right now I'm focused on me because I need to do for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you know how that stuff go. Like, girls want to talk to you and stuff like that, but I don't really be on that. Like, I be chilling. I be trying to do what, like you said, I'm focused on me. I'm trying to do me right now. I had a girlfriend for like a little bit of time too, so like I wasn't really outside or nothing, like doing nothing because I had a girl. But I just be chilling, man. Like,
So do you feel like in your relationship as an artist, did you feel that it was a little setback being with a girl that could be like, oh, well, I'm too jealous because you have to be around the females and stuff like that?
I mean, that was definitely something that I had to go through, and like, I had to realize like if she can't deal with that, probably not.
The girl for you. So
Yeah.
you definitely need somebody that understands that you are working and it's a job and I'm coming home back to you.
Exactly.
So you have to either admire me from afar or motivate me and be next to me and push me.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's why I talked about that, a little bit of that in my music too. My song Flourish, I don't know if y'all heard the bar, but I said, if we not into something, then you be feeling that it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that just mean like we not arguing or something, like, you feel me? You think just because I ain't like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be gone for like a little bit of period of hours of time, but that's because I'm doing stuff like this. I'm in an interview or I'm in a session for
And
6
this
hours.
takes times, hours, and
You know what I'm
people don't
saying?
understand
And
that. And you're not
yeah.
answering that text. Oh, you're with the girl. You're
Yeah,
doing this.
exactly.
You're
That's
doing
the
that.
first thing that it goes to, and that's what I
You don't need that stress right now.
Yeah, I don't need that because I'm literally working. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's good. That's good. Who are some of the biggest musical influences that have inspired you in this journey as a creator? So, which artists or anybody in the music game that you feel that has influenced you in this, that you look up to?
I know a lot of people gonna be like, bruh, but
No, you could say because that's your personal presence and that's your opinion,
no,
and people
no,
have to respect that
nah,
because it
yeah,
could be Michael Jackson, but that's your choice.
yeah,
At the end of the day, that's who inspired you is the truth.
yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know everybody gonna be like, cause he like the biggest artist in the world right now.
Yeah.
But Drake, like, that's
Drake.
my favorite artist.
Well, that's cool.
You know what I'm saying? So if you go look even at my catalog, you'll see like my catalog is full of like different type of music. Like, none of my songs really kind of like mirror another one. There's not like, you can't go to my music and go, oh, he just do this. I got some songs where I'm rapping. I got some songs where I'm doing melodies. I got some songs where I'm singing a little bit. Like, I got a song with Jaheim. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I just be doing different shit. And if you look at Drake, he always doing something different. Like, can't nobody go to Drake's catalog and say they don't like not one Drake song. Like, there's at least one Drake song that you like. Cause if you go, oh, I don't really like that, I like reggae. Oh, Drake got a reggae song. Like, You like dance hall
He has
music.
a song with Romeo,
You know what I'm
and it's
saying?
about bachata.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? If you want a dance hall song, well, I don't like Drake, I like dance hall. Oh, well, Drake got a whole dance hall album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's where I want to be with it. Like, I like how Drake was able to come into the game, and because how he stepped into the game, he could go every different way. He didn't like really put himself in like a little box. 'Cause you know, like people go out here and like all the drill rappers now, shout out to them, they doing their thing. But when drill rappers normally try to go out and try to go like do like a little melodic shit, like you feel me, or like try to go mainstream, their fan base hate him for it. They're like, oh, like he fell off, like he trying to go mainstream now, and they hate that shit. Like I don't be understanding that. They just trying to be, you know, elevate, but like they fan base don't get it. But Drake fan base always got it because he came out that way doing
And that's how
everything.
they know him. So
that's
you're very
exactly,
versatile.
yeah.
You can
His
go into
versatility
any
is
type of, yeah, any type of lane. And it's good when you introduce yourself like that because people get used to that. They expect that from you. As of, I'm only a drill artist and they only want drill. And it's true. It can either kill you or do better for you.
exactly.
And when you change the music up for your fan base, it shifts you and you can take a loss for it. So
For
it's best to
sure.
get them
I've
accustomed
seen
to it and have that expectation from you.
Exactly. So that's how I came out. Like I'm doing everything. My versatility is key. And my dad told me that's how you stay relevant too. With him being in the music game so long, he just like, bro, like me seeing with all these artists' downfalls that don't got no versatility. They sound the same way for 5 years. That's why people be having just like a 4 year run. Cause it's like, all right, after 3 years, 4 years, sound the same. It's like, all right, people get tired of that. They looking for the new, new wave. And that's why Drake stayed relevant. He was able to switch up with the times. He was able to, he didn't push it away. Like everybody from back in the old days, they'd be like, oh, what's this bullshit y'all do now? Like instead of embracing it and then moving with the times to be able to embrace, so you can keep up with what's going on. So that's what I admire about Drake, how he was able to advance and he embraced the younger crowd and was able to, do his ones and twos with it, to add his little spin, so he could stay on top.
Yeah, and he's actually very good at it. Can you tell me a little bit of a specific song or lyric that holds a special meaning for you? What are you going through in your mind when you create it? One of your songs.
I'm gonna say probably I had a song called Supernova. I just said I said I'm a star like supernova, and I really still really believe in that. Like I got star tatted on me and everything. Like you know what I'm saying? So like I really believe that shit. Like I really believe I'm a star. Like I really carry that with like a lot of pride. Like you know what I'm saying? So
you're very confident. You believe it. You live it.
Yeah,
and not only in music and everything you do, right?
Exactly. And I feel like that's very important to do because if you don't believe that you a star, everybody else ain't gonna believe that you're a star. So it starts from there. So that's the lyric that come to my head all the time. And I feel like hold a lot of weight. When I said that, I really meant that shit.
That's nice. Okay, what would you say to young artists that are there that don't fit in the single, different type of genre? What would you say to them? Like, what would you say to inspire them?
I would just say keep going. Like, don't stop. Shit ain't gonna be easy because people, like, the world is just followers. Like, they follow what everybody else want, you know what I'm saying, or hear, or want to hear, or whatever. They like to go with the times. But once you catch a little wave, everybody just gonna start following you and doing what you're doing. So that's what I would say. If you a new artist and you don't want to sit in a specific type of genre, don't. Just do whatever you feel like. Feel free. It's called, you feel me, being creative. That's what they wanted you for. Like that's what's called being an artist. You gotta paint a picture. You gotta paint it however you see it. So however you see it, paint it just that way. Don't let nobody deter you from painting your picture and what's your art. You know what I'm saying? Art ain't for everybody. Like everybody not gonna love you. Like even Drake got haters. Like he the biggest artist in the world. Like everybody, like you feel me? Still people be hating Kendrick, J. Cole. They got people who don't like their music, but they're very, very successful still. So don't let nobody deter you from your goals. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, keep pushing.
Facts. That's so true. All right. So your latest release is Flourish, right? You just dropped yesterday. What was the inspiration behind the song, and what does it represent for you?
I wanted like, you feel me, like that song was just like, that song was really like catering to like my life and something that I had like went to, and then like I had seen other people in my life go through the same type of thing. So like when I was saying like with the girls and everything, like being involved with the women, it was like kind of like an apology. Like I was apologizing, like saying like I apologize for like type of shit that we were going through, but like I still want to see the best for you. Like I want you to see you blossom. I want to see you flourish in everything you're doing. Like I don't got no bad blood for you. Like I don't want to see you down
So it's
or anything
basically
like
about
that.
a guy singing to a girl like, you know, I'm sorry for what I did, but you can still go ahead and
Exactly.
be good. And
Yeah.
I don't have anything
I
against
don't have no
you.
animosity towards you. I don't got no problems with you. I want you to go off and just be you. Do you and be just a great person. I want you to blossom into the real, you know, beautiful woman that you're supposed to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was. So that's where that came from. You know, want to see her flourish for real.
Tell me about the music video. Is it dropping or is it already out?
It's out already. Music videos out on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all that. So if you ain't get Flourish, you heard it here. Go get it now. Flourish out now. But the music video is just like kind of simple. Like I do like my music videos be kind of like more intricate, but for this one, I really just wanted it to be like really straight to the point. You can really see me and just see that I'm real serious about the apology. So just me. I just was like vibing to the song and then just really like it's basically me and the camera. I mean, I had two girls like in the video to go along with like the storyline, but I just wanted them to like talk to them basically and just let them know like.
Do you create like your own vision when it comes to the videos, or you have people helping you, or you like decide because you're that creative and you're like, oh, I want this in certain like way and a certain place, and then you just go for it?
Yeah, so like my whole creative team helps me with the whole creative process. Like I do, and I come up with ideas, and then my dad helped me, my mom helped me, my brother, you know.
So you take in consideration the whole team, which is
Yeah,
fire, because
exactly.
sometimes artists are very protective of their vision, but hey, dad and mom and the camera person, your PR, and maybe have an extra idea that can help this become better.
Exactly.
And it's good that you're able to accept people's opinions, you know, and appreciate them.
Exactly. I know that there ain't no I in team, so if you don't have a team, like you're not gonna be able to think of every little thing like possible. Like it's just not possible. Like
No, it's hard.
you only one person. You feel me? It ain't no way you gonna be able to think of this and like. And I'm gonna be honest with you, all them high artists who try to make it seem like, oh, I thought of all this. 9 times out of 10, they got somebody that's
doing it.
you know what I'm saying? They helping
Especially
them
when
out
they're
too.
signed by a label. The label runs their Instagram, runs every idea
You
you could
feel
think
me?
of.
Like
Yeah.
so everybody who out here and they making it seem like they just come up with every little thing, like that's cap. You know what I'm saying? Like you got somebody there that help influence you to do things and it's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it could be your vision. You brought the idea to the table, so you forefronted everything. They just gave you a little like, well, all right, like I see what you're doing right here, but if you just do it a little bit like this, it's still your idea, but they just helping you mold your creation. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got no problem with that. So
So
yeah.
tell me a little bit about shows. Have you done any shows yet and
Yeah.
performances? Tell me about one that you love the most.
I would say probably one of my first ever performances. I performed at homecoming from my school.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, it was like 9,000 people out there.
Oh my goodness. And they knew you.
Yeah,
so
no.
it's like
It was my
everybody's
school, yeah. So like the people in the audience, they kind of knew me because like they see me around campus. This is my first time performing, so they didn't really know my music like that for real. This was like me introducing it, but it was fire because I came out and I was performing to everybody, and it was kind of weird because at first, before I went out on stage, I thought I was gonna be kind of nervous, but like when I walked
just
up,
look straight ahead.
when I walked out on the stage and I just walked out there, it was like.
It's normal.
Yeah, like it felt normal, like it didn't feel like I was out of place or anything. Like it felt like I was right where I was supposed to be. And so that was like one of my really like coming to like realization moments that like, all right, I think I'm really doing what I'm supposed to. Cause like before I was like kind of nervous, like as soon as I got on stage, it just like left. And that's how it was with football. Like before every football game, you always got them little butterflies in your stomach to that
Yeah.
first kickoff and the first hit. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm in here now. You know what
How
I'm
is
saying?
acting? I walk in here, I do what I gotta do when it comes to the music, and when it comes to football, it's actually performing and doing what you have to do. But you're already used to it. I always
Yeah.
say that after the first shot, then you're good. It
Yeah.
just becomes like a habit, like everything else.
Yeah, so like that's the same thing. That same feeling I had for football in my first game is the same thing I had when I walked out on the stage like for that first time. So that's how I knew. I'm like, oh yeah, I got that same feeling I got from football when it was my first love. So I was like, damn, all right, where this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It was like that coming to realization moment. That shit was crazy, but yeah.
That's cool that everybody was able to see you, especially your in the college that you're going to. You know,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And how did it go after that? Everybody was more recognizing you
Yeah,
and
like, cause
congratulating you.
somebody had like posted a video like trying to make me look bad, like I was the
It's
person
always
that,
the hater.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
So like that video had like went kind of viral, like they were like trying to make me look bad, like I was who they booked like only for the show, but I was on the same bill as Glorilla, ESTG, Nardo Wick. You feel me? That was 2 years ago, so Nardo Wick was mad hot, like Yin Yang Twins. I was on the same bill as all of them, so I went before them. So when they posted it, it actually ended up backfiring on them, and everybody was in the comments and stuff like, "Oh, I love the song. I like this song." Like da da da. So then that's how it ended up going viral and went crazy. So shout out to them for doing that. They really helped me out, to be honest with you. So
Exactly. Sometimes, things in life have to happen and you think it's bad for you, but in reality, it had to happen because it's going to do good for you.
yeah,
And I have experienced that a lot in life. Like sometimes you got to get rid of people so new things could come in because you think you're going to miss them or you need them, but in reality, it wasn't doing nothing for you.
exactly.
So you got to get rid of some
Yeah.
certain people to do better.
Yeah.
And my last question to you, for example, what is it that you see yourself doing in the next 10 years? Like, where do you see yourself at?
To be honest with you, I don't even see myself really doing music in 10 years. Like, I have so much bigger plans, like, for myself. And rather than doing music, like, I like fashion. I want to act. Like, I play football. Like, you feel me? So, in 10 years, I see myself being, like, a big fashion icon, acting in movies and all that shit. Like, that's what I would see myself, like,
Yeah.
investing. My dad is top developer in Newark, so doing business and just owning like trucking and all that. We do that too. So like owning all of that, like that's where I see myself doing all of that. Like I don't just got plans to just rap for the rest of my life.
A full-blown entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the mindset, because everything is a business, even the music. So
Exactly.
whatever you make out of it, you put it into other stuff that's going to make you residual income. And then you could sit back and relax and don't have to force your life so much.
Exactly. I
Whereas-
feel like the music will come easy to me then too. Like 10 years down the line, if I'm just chilling, I got my stuff invested, like I could talk about more too. Like that'll help
Yeah.
me with what I'm talking about, putting people up on more game and stuff like that. Cause I already be doing a little bit of that, but when I'm actually 10 years from now and I'm doing all of that too, that's gonna be even more that I could tell people about and experiences. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't just see myself rapping. I don't gotta want to have my hand in a bunch of different things and pop with a bunch of different things. Like,
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So share with my fans your social media platform, your TikTok, and where they can find you.
hey, like I said again, my name is MARJA'KIM, Chief Hush, and y'all
Spell
can
it
find me
out
on,
for them too.
yeah,
Okay, spell
y'all
it
can
out.
find me on all social media platforms on IG at mar.jakim on IG, at MARJA'KIM on TikTok, at MARJA'KIM also on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Everything is MARJA'KIM, MARJAKIM. Y'all find me right there. As soon as you look up my name, it's right there. Flourish just dropped too. November 8th it dropped. So make sure y'all go cop that as well. From me flourishing for the rest of eternity. So
Yes, make sure you guys hear that. And thank you for coming, honey. I'm so blessed to have you here. I'm so proud of
Thank
you. I
you.
wish you nothing but the best. And again, you have me here. If you ever need something from me and I can help you, I'm there for you.
appreciate that for sure. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to Empower Hour.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me for sure.